So one very effective method for fishing for lingcod and rockfish is to use jigs. And one very low-cost option for jigs is making pipe jigs. Now these are homemade. Of course you can buy them. They run about $10 a piece depending on where you're buying them from and the weight and size. But effectively just scrap a 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch copper pipe. There's different ways that you can make these. One of the easiest I've found is just using stainless steel wire that I get from Harbor Freight. You get a spool for really cheap and use that as your loop for your swivel on the top. Create a loop, wire loop, just like you do for spinners, and then run that through a hole that you drill about midway, and then also loop a swivel on that. Smash one end, put this in a bucket of sand, and then pour your lead in the top until it cools, and then you're ready to put your treble hook on. And normally I do about a 3/0, maybe a 4/0 depending on the size of fish. And you can go different lengths based on what kind of weight that you want, and then I measure them and I write with a Sharpie what the actual ounce weight is. That way I can adjust depending on my depth. But there's a couple things as a tip. Lingcod like to spin around. They like doing a death roll. So we always want to use a swivel so that they can spin around freely without putting torque and popping off, because you'll lose more fish if you don't put a swivel on there. This is really an effective method that's cheap and another tool you'll want in the tackle box when trying to fish for lingcod and rockfish. Well, I hope this tip is helpful. Please subscribe for more tips, and please leave a comment if you have any questions or suggestions for other topics as it relates to fishing. And we'll see you out on the water. Take care now.